What's good, YouTube? So I had a couple women send this video to me. This comes from Kendra G's channel where she's interviewing a woman who says that she wants a man making at least 200K and once told the doctor he wasn't ambitious enough for her. We've been discussing that whole, ambitious thing and the man even being a doctor not being enough within my circle. So I said, let's take a look at this interview and do a reaction to it. All right, let's get into it.
Car.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hi.
You got a flashlight or something?
Yes, I do.
I want to say, you is the best light I ever seen in a car, girl. Is your name Alexis?
That's not light. That's all that bright ass cake and powder that she has on her face. The damn face ain't even the same color as her neck and chest and shoulders. That remind me of like those African women that bleach themselves and the face and the hands be white Mike, but the rest of the body be black Mike. It's crazy. She got the Sammy Sosa thing going on. What makeup line? What's the name of that? What makeup color is that? Rigor mortis?
Yes.
Okay. Alexis, where you calling us from?
Washington, D.C.
DC. I have so much fun in DC, child.
I don't know this woman, so any of my DC peoples, if this is your peoples, hey, no disrespect. We just reacting to what she says. We just picking up what she putting down.
How old are you, Alexis?
28.
28. What you do for a living?
I have 3 jobs. So my main job is I'm a cloud professional.
A
Then
what?
I also a cloud professional. So I'm in tech.
Okay.
I also work as a waitress, and I also own my own apartment building. So I own multiple Airbnbs.
You own and what else? You said you own Wendy's too?
I own my own apartment building.
Oh, okay.
So she's a cloud professional. She works in tech. She's a waitress. And she also owns an apartment building with multiple Airbnbs. Okay.
And you waitress. So 3 jobs. You work in tech. You say you do cloud what?
I'm a cloud engineer.
Engineer. Okay. Okay. Alexis DC 28. You have any kids?
Nope.
No kids. What's your zodiac sign?
Capricorn.
Capricorn. You ever been
Oh,
married?
man.
Nope.
Okay, never married.
Let me just say this. The Zodiac thing, I know a lot of people that's like, they hate when these questions come up. They don't take it serious. Some people, I think, take it too serious. I take it a little bit serious to an extent because I do believe that when you were born does have somewhat of an effect on the type of person that you are. I myself am a Capricorn. I will say that it's very common traits that I see not only in myself but a lot of Capricorn women. So her saying that did kind of just put things in perspective for me. Whether it's actual factual or something that's projected, but it's something that I do pick up pattern recognition wise. Let's continue.
Let's do it. We got Alexis DC 28, no kids. She has 3 jobs. Cloud engineer. She's a waitress. Also owns her own apartment building. What kind of man you looking for? She's a Capricorn too. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
I want a man that's a provider. I want a traditional man in a sense. So I want a man that pays the bills. I want a man that leads the household. If we're moving, we're moving. I just want a man's man. I also want somebody who likes to travel. I travel a lot, maybe 10 international countries a year. You don't have to travel as much, but just have an interest in traveling.
Yeah, traditional men are not interested in traveling like that. 10 international countries a month. A traditional man that you expect to be a provider, he has to provide. He don't got time to travel. Okay? And if he does travel, it's for work. I'm not saying that they don't get out the country. I'm not saying that they don't travel at all. But the emphasis that a lot of women, especially women these days, put on traveling, which is a rich person's hobby, it's a rich person's sport. You want to put so much emphasis on traveling, and she wants a traditional man, but she works as a cloud engineer. I'm just going to go ahead and give her the benefit of the doubt that she is that you can make around between 116 and 130 in the US being a cloud engineer if that's her job. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt that she's making 100,000 a year. She owns Airbnbs and she's a waitress. I don't know why she would be a waitress with those 2 jobs. Hey, maybe that's just what she wants to do. Yeah, that's not a traditional woman. A traditional woman is traditionally in the house. That's her domain. But let's continue.
I also want a man that's extremely, extremely honest. I mean, I feel like some people tell little white lies because they don't want to hurt your feelings or whatever the case may be. I'm very blunt. And I think I would want that kind of partner in return, someone who can be as transparent with me as I am with them. And I guess lastly, somebody romantic. I have not really had really as much luck finding people who like to please. So I would like to find someone that's similar to what I can provide to somebody else.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
Broke. Uh,
I'm sorry.
I'm pretty open. I know you can't have it all. So I don't care if you're that tall. As long as you 5'5", 5'6" or taller. I don't care if you're fat, skinny, short. You can't have it all. Looks, I'm willing to settle on. I cannot settle on what you bring to the table financially.
Imagine a woman with chemicals and powders and cakes and seasonings and sugars and spices all over her face talking about she's willing to settle on looks. You're settling on your own looks. You don't even like how you look. Gold digger. That's all she cares about is money. If you a cloud engineer making $100,000 a year, you working in tech, and you own Airbnbs, why do you have to be a waitress? That reminds me of when women say, and not just women, dudes do it too, but when you hear somebody say a blanket term like, I'm an entrepreneur, I do these 18 different things, that means they broke. That means they broke. The difference is with me, I do 18 different things, but they're all kind of tied into each other. But I do have an anchor of being a recording artist and a producer and content creator, entertainer, all of that.
And I cannot settle on too many kids. I can't do more than two, and your kids cannot be under 10. Um, oh, and then anyone that's not ambitious. Like recently, I matched with a doctor on a dating app, and I was just like, I said, what do you do? He's like, I'm a doctor, and he was just like, I was like, okay, so what's your goals? And he was just like, oh no, I kind of blocked you because like, what do you mean? What's my goals? Is a doctor not enough? I don't want somebody who's content with where they are. A doctor is being a doctor is amazing. I understand what you guys go through to get there, but why can't you want more? I guess me having three jobs shows you that I'm never comfortable with being.
Bitch, what the fuck more is it you want than a doctor? What is he supposed to be, God? You expect him to be the healer of all healers? Like what the doctor is like, what's higher than a doctor? You want him to own the hospital? That's a corporation. That's not a one person job. Yeah, she's a liar. She's a liar.
In one place.
Not being a he need to run for the president. He's already a surgeon, and that ain't enough for you.
It's not a money thing more, so I guess it's an ambition thing. Yeah.
Well, let's start a couple things. I mean, I cracked up when you said broke. I don't know, the way you said it was just funny. What is broke to you?
Broke to me is living check to check. I try to live it where 10% of my income is spent on expenses and bills. If you out here, 70% of your income goes towards your expenses, you're not somebody I want to talk to because you're living way beyond your means. I don't care if you're cheap. I don't care if you like, you know what, we can't go out this weekend because I need to save up some money. I need somebody that's fiscally responsible. Broke is broke. Like, you can't afford your car note. I had a guy's car get repo from my house. No, I don't deal with those kind of people. Broke is broke.
Is there a dollar amount to broke for you?
Ideally, I want somebody that makes more than me, so at least 200 or more.
Okay. So 100K to you would be not enough.
What I'll say is this: when she says like if 70% of your income goes towards your bills and stuff, in the United States, a typical American household spends approximately 47 to 48%. So half of what most people make goes towards their bills. So if 70% of what you're making goes towards your bills, I would probably call that broke too. But see, here's the thing. She's doing it from a more of a selfishness standpoint. She's doing it from more of a unrealistic, extremely high delusional standard standpoint. So it makes it hard to, what she said might be something that I agree with, but her mindset and context behind it is what makes it just absolutely terrible. Let's continue because there's a lot more capping that she does in this video.
No.
No. Okay. So 200K or more. Ooh, child. Okay. So we got there early. Should he look a certain way?
No, I told you, physically, I don't really care. It looks fade. So, in 20, 30, 40 years, you're not going to look the way you did when I met you. So why do I care if you Denzel Washington?
This is a
I'm
sugar
okay.
baby.
As long as you
She's a
don't have
sugar
too many
baby.
tattoos on your face, we all good to go.
Okay. We gotta do the Kendra cam. I know you in the car, but we gotta do the Kendra cam.
All right, hold on. 'Cause
Not the
Oh, it's
Monica
dark. I
Hills
feel
with
like
the.
you have a nice
Oh
shade.
hell no.
Okay.
Oh no. Look at this terrible ass BBL, baby. What is you doing? What did you get that off of Timu? Only doctor you need is the doctor to fire the damn doctor. That's the doctor you need to block whoever did that terrible ass BBL. What the hell? So you want a traditional man. He can't even get traditional ass.
But it's dark. It's hard to see you.
No, it's not hard to see her, Kendra. Then you're going to do it in front of the light, which is
I
duh.
can't hear you, baby.
She just talking. And Kendra, I'm going to
We
say
can't
this
hear
about
you,
Kendra.
boo.
Kendra has, I think, way too much patience. Yeah, that BBL looks terrible. I think she has way too much patience
She
with
wants us to
these
see this
women.
way.
Now,
yeah.
All right.
now the thing about Kendra is this interview was kind of old. If you look at Kendra's interviews now, you see her actually holding a lot more women accountable, and I'm very happy that she's doing that. So this is kind of like before she was even doing, holding women as much accountable as she is even now.
Okay, yeah, you was walking, and then
Yeah.
what you got home?
No, I'm at work.
Oh, you were going to work.
Yes.
All right, all right. Let's do it. Now the last question I asked you, we did the Kendra cam.
Yes.
Okay, so after the Kendra cam, okay, when was your last relationship?
11
Wait,
years
you
ago.
want to do the Kendra cam now with some light?
Uh, yeah. Besides
No,
the
we don't need to see that bad built BBL. We're actually going to fast forward a little bit through this conversation. So she's at work. She's a waitress. She's at work. Again, this is the person that works in tech doing cloud something. What did I say? Cloud. I can't remember. Making 116 to 130,000 a year and owns Airbnbs. Does that sound like somebody that would be a server if they wanted to be? If anything, I would be probably owning a restaurant.
page with, but I'm patient. So I've just been traveling and doing me. I'm not hurt, but I guess that's the reason why it's so easy for me to do the non-committed thing, because I would be a little bit more offended if these are my boyfriends. These not.
And do you notice how she instantly looks better in natural light without all that makeup and stuff? Now when she has the shadows of her face and light above her, you can actually see the shape of her face, and she actually looks more attractive.
My
Slightly.
boyfriends. They are people I enjoy for the season, and I'm moving on.
Now let me ask you this, because there's some women who enjoy dating the way you date, don't necessarily really have a goal of marriage or a committed relationship with one person. Do you feel as though is that your goal? Like, do you want to be married? I mean, it's not a bad thing if you don't, but I'm just curious because it seems like you rather just continue to date instead of locking in with one person.
No, I would like to lock in one person. I just don't want to settle. I'm not gonna like I met amazing men who just didn't meet my income requirements. I got too many goals I have for myself to be with somebody that I have to build up, or who just comfortable being where they are.
Now, if you met amazing men that don't meet your income requirements, why can't you meet the men that do meet your income requirements? All that means is that you don't qualify for the men that you want. You're a waitress. According to you, you own Airbnbs and you travel 10 times a year, and so you're around men. If you're around amazing men that don't meet your income requirement, you're probably around men that do meet your income requirement. Why you can't get them? Why you on Kendra's show demanding this?
I want something serious, but I don't want to settle. Like,
So settling to you is being in a committed relationship with a man that makes less than 200K?
settling for me is being with somebody that put their hands on you, being someone that lies to you, being someone who has too many kids, being with anybody who isn't on the same page as you. And that's just
Senseless
not for
hoe
me, that's for
babble.
men too. I'm not asking you to settle. Like, I've had men not be interested because I wear makeup or I wear wigs. Everybody has their own preference.
Exactly. Those men that make that 200,000, they want a traditional woman. They don't want the batwing lashes. They don't want the terrible BBL. They don't want the weave and all the make. They don't want that. That's not a traditional woman. So you don't even qualify for these men.
Settling for me is just not, you're not meeting my non-negotiables. You're not doing what your career isn't where it needs to be.
Non-negotiables.
Or you got too many kids, or you lie too much, or you don't want to travel. The last guy I dated long term didn't want to travel internationally at all. Vacation to him is like going to Florida. And I like to globe, go around the world. I don't think there's nothing wrong with wanting somebody who wants to travel too. It's small things. And those small things usually is what it
That's
disconnects.
not okay. Hold on, let me jump in. These are not small things.
Thank you.
I think this is where it's not a small thing, honey. And also, I'm not God. I'm gonna start off before I start. Let me say I'm not God, so I can never say absolute anything. But you do have to understand the man that you're describing is a 1% man that can make the salary requirement, could afford to travel around this world, could give you great sex. I think you had a kid requirement.
No more than two children.
Okay, no more. You did now. You don't have a really an attraction requirement. So that's a grace area. So he can have the income and not the money, but he still got to have good sex. So I'm gonna assume that whatever. We'll leave it there.
I can settle on that too. I'm be honest. In today's generation, I can settle
you
with
can
that
settle on
too.
the sex.
I can settle with that too.
Okay, so you're
So you just want money. All she cares about is how much money he makes. And if you remember earlier, she said when she was going through her little rant about what type of men she doesn't want to deal with, she mentioned she's had a dude get a car repossessed from in front of her house. So a doctor isn't ambitious enough, but you'll date a dude that got his car repossessed from in front of your house. Okay, all right, that makes perfect
going to
sense.
settle in the area. So really for you, so now let's just go to the commitment. So you just want this man that makes this requirement to be exclusively committed to you as well, correct?
Yes. And
Okay.
someone thoughtful, someone caring.
Okay. And although you've dated these men, you just never been in a committed relationship with one.
Correct.
So just hypothetical. Let's just say your experience will always just be dating. Like you get these men who meet your wonderful requirements that you can date for a period of time, and then after a while you learn for whatever reason it's not going to grow to the committed relationship, and then you go on to the next man that meets all those requirements. Are you fine with that, or being or does having a husband and having a family, is that
Having
important
a
to you?
having a family is important to me.
Okay.
So ideally, that's why I'm pretty focused. I don't really waste my time on people that I feel like it won't be long term. I'm quick to cut somebody off because I don't want to waste your time and I don't want to waste my time. So I know what I want. So I won't even let it get to the first date if we're not on the same page. I don't need to waste your money, waste your time. So
Right.
that's how I
I
look at
think
it.
I think women that because you say you date these men, so I'm gonna put you in this category. Women who get to date men who make high salaries, it's like a gift and a curse
Mm-hmm.
because, like, I'll give an example. I met this young lady. I mean, gorgeous. She was freaking gorgeous. And when I was in Atlanta at iFest, there was a private dinner, and she was talking to me. She's like, "I want to be in a relationship." She was 26. I mean, she was drop dead gorgeous. And she was saying she was currently dating a guy in France, and he flies her to France once a month. And I'm like, girlfriend, it is going to be so hard for a regular guy to date you because you're used to people flying you to France,
I don't.
once a month. That's going to be crazy for a guy to say, I'm going to take you out to dinner. You're like, where? In
I
Africa?
will say I don't compare men to other men, just the same way I don't want to be compared to other women. I think it's unfair and nobody can ever close that gap.
Do you compare? But I'm talking.
The biggest piece of bull, you've been comparing men to other men this entire time. You told a doctor he wasn't ambitious enough. So what man did you compare him to? Who is this imaginary nigga that in your mind exists that makes this much money and is going to take trips with you and do all this other bullshit you talking about while being okay with the 18 pounds of powder and cake on your face and the 18 pounds of very terrible surgery that you're lugging around? You look like an extra from A Bug's Life.
About experience, not necessarily the men. So can you still be wowed by the experience? Because if you have this major experience from this man, it might not be the man, but if this man was able to give you a certain amount of experience, now it was dating, wasn't necessarily a relationship. would it be settling for you for a man that can offer you the relationship, but maybe financially can't do the things that the guy that had the money could? Would that be settling to you?
No. I kind of, I come from humble beginnings. So if I met a man who was clear at 200,000, no extra, no, he can't go internationally as much as I do, then I will compromise. I think that's
This bitch says she come from humble beginnings. According to you, you own an apartment building, own Airbnbs, you're a waitress, and you work in tech cloud storage. Why do you need a man making 200K? Sounds like you providing for yourself pretty well.
my biggest, I guess, positive that I'm willing to compromise. If I need to move, if we can't go on a date this week because he needs to save or he needs to work, I'm willing to adjust. I feel like in today's dating world, when there are beautiful women everywhere, I don't compare myself to other people because you can't. Just like there are many attractive women, a lot of women built like me. So I try to just adjust and go with the flow. I just need a man that's willing to communicate and let me know when I need to make adjustments.
Okay, fair enough. So you have some paid questions before I get to them. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
I'm not going to answer.
Okay, three flaws you have to work on.
Um, I could stop ignoring red flags. I could also, I could be not as ambitious, and I also could be not as outspoken as I am.
Now, you notice whenever this question gets asked, women like her come up with the most virtue signaling, bullshit ass answers known to man. I cannot ignore red flags. In other words, it's not a flaw that I have to work on, it's the flaw in other people. I'm just so great and so virtuous that sometimes I ignore it because I give people grace. What was the second one that she said? Sometimes I cannot be as ambitious. So that's something that I need to work on. Again, it's something positive. These are not flaws. This is something that you say, and it's a bunch of game and it's a bunch of
I don't have
bullshit.
a filter.
Okay. And now, do you want the paid questions before?
She's sitting here talking about she don't have a filter, and the filter's all over her face. She might not have a filter on her phone, but that makeup, okay, those batwing lashes, okay, crunchy ass weave, the BBL, that's all. It's called practical effects. Before there was digital effects, before there was CGI movies, everything that was done had to be done in real life to give the illusion that it's called practical effects. Those aren't filters. You got a bunch of practical effects all over your
Before
face
I read any?
and body.
Kendra, I have a quick question. Is there any way I can join later?
You have to go. Why is that?
I have to go for a meeting at work just for like 10 minutes, but they want me to leave like right now.
Well, I don't know how much later we're gonna be on the show. Are you on the Kendra G
Uh,
Singles dating app?
I am. It's Alexis White is my name. I don't know. I think I might change it because I don't want my government name up there. But right now it's Alexis White. Um,
Okay. I'm not sure how much longer. I got
I,
somewhere to be,
I,
child. I
I,
got a life
I'll,
too, girl.
I'll quickly answer. I'll quickly answer your questions. What's the questions?
Well,
What-
no. Well, first I would like to give your contact just in case. Well, answer this. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
I'm gonna skip past the money part. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna skip past the look part. It doesn't matter.
No, why
I
would a
said,
guy be lucky to be with you?
no, I'm about to answer the question. I try not. I'm trying to do better and not focusing on looks or money because it doesn't matter to a man. It's
Because
a quality man.
that's all you
To
have
me, I would
I
say
think
is your artificial ass looks. And if you really making money, I don't even know what money you want a man making 200K. So if you're saying why would a man be lucky to be with you? What does he get from being with you? How do you what money part is there to skip? He has to have money, according to you. And your looks is artificial as hell. So and that's why you have nothing to say.
looks matter to a quality man. I think attraction begins with everybody,
yeah,
men and
but
women.
I think there's so many attractive women that I don't think it's really a plus anymore. It's not something to put in the win column. There are beautiful women everywhere.
Yeah, but if you want a 200 plus K man, attraction is gonna be the first thing that. I mean, it won't keep him potentially. I see what you're saying, but you're gonna have to be. He's gonna have to be attracted to you.
Yeah, I get it, but I guess I'm very honest. I won't ever lie to them. I am a provider, so whether or not he wants me to
You've
continue to
been lying
work,
this
and
whole
my goal
episode.
is to build something with my partner, financially, businesses, whatever the case may be. And I guess the hugest thing is the fact that I can adjust to both worlds. I told you I come from humble beginnings, but I've also seen the other side of it. So I'm able to go to a business meeting or go to a gala or go to a cookout. I want to be able to be adjustable to wherever I need to be adjustable to. And also, I compromise. I, that's the hugest thing. I feel like a
Okay.
lot of women are unwilling to change.
You compromised, but a doctor wasn't ambitious enough for you. And she keeps saying that she's very blunt and very honest. You've been lying this whole time. Somebody in the comments said, I looked at this lady's IG, which is on the screen. Y'all can look at it yourself. I don't even care to. She posts about what's important to her. Graduated with a degree. She travels, lists herself as a bottle waitress, shows off her body, bought some real estate with the help of NACA, which helps individuals gain affordable housing, not for people making close to 200K. But she shows no pics on her IG of her tech career. Interesting lady. Yeah, it's a liar. It's a liar. I do agree with one thing that she said, that there's beautiful women everywhere, especially like if you're in DC or Atlanta and all these chicks are beautiful. All of them look good. All of them got makeup on. So yeah, they look good. You take the makeup off, like I want to do with her. I just want to take a power wash and she talking about she come from humble beginnings. Yeah, if I take a baby wipe and just smush your face 18 seconds, you're going to be right back to them humble beginnings. But I think I'm going to just leave the content right here. I can't take any more of this nonsense. But guys, let me know what you think in the comments section about this conversation. Like, subscribe, share. Holler at y'all later. Peace.